This is the Epically Geeky Show, a place for all things geeky.
Welcome out to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 183. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Tonight, I'm joined by Ray, Chris, and Sean. How are y'all doing?
Good. I'm ready to shoot my dog.
Yes, we were having quite a conversation before the show about Wicket and his. He just wants to be part of the show. He just wants to be part of the show.
He just wants to be a part of everything all the time.
As long as Chris is involved, yes.
Tonight's opening question is: in the Lord's year 2025, do we feel like movies are finally back after COVID? Anyone want to jump in first?
Sure, I'll go.
All right. Do you feel like movies are finally back?
No.
Really? Why not?
Not really. Because I think the stuff that Hollywood is pumping out, because there was COVID and then there was the writers' strike.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's lagging. It's riding the struggle bus, and it'll hopefully get back to what it was before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But because even me, I've noticed I don't want to go. If it's not something I really, really want to see, I'm not going. I'll just wait for it to come out on streaming services and just wait then. But yeah, I don't think it's back. Not like it was before.
Fair enough.
It won't be right now.
Ray?
I think we're getting there. And like a key to that, like we're planning a guy's trip to London with a couple of the guys from work. And we're potentially going to do a double header, which we hadn't done for a couple years now, which is nice. We'll definitely be getting a coffee partway through the day. So I think it's coming, but I agree with what Chris was saying, which is the writer's strike has not helped at all. And there's been a lot of shit that has come out. And I wonder as well of if the production studios are just pumping out whatever they can as cheaply as they can, and we'll see what the economy does here in the coming years to figure out whether people are going to keep doing this or not.
Yeah, it's a good point. Sean, do you feel like movies are back yet?
I think they are coming back. I think it's more an internal thing for me. Like after COVID and like the writer's strike and what we were seeing, my interest, my personal interest, has waned.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to be 2 doors down from the movie theater, walking distance. So that was great. I lost that.
Oh wow, that is awesome.
Now it's a 30-minute, 40-minute drive to get to a movie theater. So it's like, do I really, really want to go? Like, and I'm a Cineplex member. Like, I get free tickets and stuff like that too. But it's like, man, there's going to be a production. I love to go, but now it's got to be something really worthwhile. Otherwise, I'll wait for streaming. Where I used to, like, hey, I got a free night. Whatever's playing, I'm going to go see it. I don't have that anymore. So
yeah,
the rise, especially during COVID, the rise of the moving movies to streaming has definitely changed things. I'm going to push back a little on that and say yes, I do think movies are back. Just because tonight's topic, we're literally talking about the summer movie game. This is the first year since COVID there has been a big enough grouping of movies that we could actually do this game with. Like even up to last year, it was pretty slim pickings. So I'm going to say in the respect of our movies back, in that they're starting to make movies again and they're starting to fill theaters and there's actually movies coming out. Yes. Apostrophe. But I'm like, yo, I think I have changed, and here's my prime example of that. I have had to cut back on some stuff. And one of the things I cut back on is I was part of a movie club as well, and I got free tickets every month. And I've kind of had to put that on hold. Well, a couple of times it slipped by, and I had a couple movie tickets sitting around. I actually used them today. I took my boys to go see the Minecraft movie, and but I was sitting on 2 tickets, and for the first time in my life, a Marvel movie came out in the theaters that I have not seen in the theater.
Yeah.
That is the first time.
Same.
And it's not that I've heard okay things about Captain America, but I just was like, I don't need to, I don't want to see it enough that I want to spend that money to do it. Part of it is because of how the economy is right now. It's just, you have to really worry about where you're spending your money. There are some movies coming out this summer that I will absolutely go see. But I will say they're kind of getting farther and further apart. And I did kind of clock that in the back of my head. I was like, do I really want to go see Captain America enough to go do this? Or, I mean, let's be honest, it'll probably be on Disney Plus in another month. If that.
If you've seen the trailer, you've seen the movie.
That's what I kind of got too, and that's why I'm like, I was waiting for all my because we go as a family for the Marvel movies.
That's cool.
I couldn't get us all the same time, like between the kids working or whatever. It was like I couldn't figure out a time, and then it just kept getting later and later and later. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for Disney Plus on this one.
Yeah.
So
that's understandable.
It's not like it's Godzilla or something where you have to see it in the theater because it's supposed to be huge.
Yeah.
When you do go and see it, let me know. Unless you don't care about spoilers or any potential like that, because I wrote up a change to the guys that I did go see it with. I wrote up what I would have done instead. I'd be curious what your thoughts are.
Okay, well, when it finally hits Disney Plus, I'll definitely watch it. And of course, I say that I'm still behind on a bunch of other stuff. I still haven't watched Daredevil, and I've heard nothing but good about it.
So
I haven't
good.
watched that yet. Yeah.
So
Catherine and I love that one. We have to do a show on that one. She'll come on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we have to keep that one in our back pocket. All right. So anyway, like I was saying, that is our topic tonight, is the summer movie game. So if you didn't used to watch the show pre-COVID, or any of the shows or whatever, we used to do 2 different movie games, and we'll probably do the fall one as well. It's a little bit different game. We'll talk about that when that time comes around. But so we're going to do the summer movie game. The summer movie game we do, I actually it's kind of funny. I got off of another podcast that has not been around in, probably well over a decade. But they actually got it off of a website. And let me see here. I'm actually going to name the website because I want to make sure everyone knows about it. And you can find the link on our site, epicallygeeky.com. But timetravelreviews.com came up with this way of doing a movie game, and a lot of people have adapted it. So we're actually pulling from them. And so I want to go through, unfortunately, we've had people even on this site and on the shows that find it a little confusing. And I get it. The scoring is a little odd, but that's kind of what keeps it interesting. So we're going to just kind of walk through real quick how the scoring for this goes. So let's talk about the summer movie game. So as we go through this, so the way that it works is the base rules. You get to use any of the movies that we have on the list that basically are premiering between May 1st and August 31st. So you've got probably whenever this show goes up, I'll have it set up on the site. So you can go to epicallygeeky.com. You can click on the movie game and you can enter there. But what you're doing is, at its very base thing, is you're coming up with what you think, looking at this list of movies, are going to be the top 10 grossing movies for this coming summer. You're also going to pick 3 dark horses. Now, the dark horses are essentially movies that you don't think are going to make the top 10, but they might. They might slip on there. And so it's just a way to kind of maybe possibly get another, get an additional point. So you can go through our website and you're going to enter in the Google form. And so here's how the scoring breaks down. If you get the first or 10th position correct, you get 13 points. If you get any of the positions 2 through 9 correct, that's 10 points. You get 7 points if you're 1 spot away. So if you put something in as being number 2, and ends up being number 3, you get 7 points. You get 5 points if it's 2 spots away. So if it's number 2 and you picked it at number 4, then you get 5 points. If it's anywhere on the top 10 list, you get 3 points for that. And then you get 1 point for any of your dark horses that make it. Now, that being said, you get the you only get the highest number that comes in. So, like for example, if you got number 10 correct, you only get the 13 points. You don't get 13 points for it being number 10 and the additional points because it was anywhere on the list. Doesn't work that way. The higher the 2 scores that it possibly comes in, that's what you get. And so that's how it goes. All right. So let's just take an example. For example, let's say these are the movies that you came up with, right? So you pick number 1 to be Toy Story, Woody's Revenge, Batman versus Godzilla, How to Cook Your Dragon, The Taste of Death, Murder, She Wrote the Movie, Ethan Eternal, Thundar the Barbarian, UHF HD. By the way, if they would make a fucking UHF HD movie, that would be fantastic. Cowboys versus Ninjas versus Zombies, and GoBots. Let's say those were the 10 movies you picked to be your top 10. And then your 3 dark horses were My Little Pony, Saw 17, and Titanic 2. All right? So that's what you picked. But the actual winning list was Toy Story 25, Woody's Revenge, How to Cook Your Dragon, Ethan Eternal, Murder, She Wrote, Thundar the Barbarian, GoBots, Titanic 2, UHF HD, Kick Puncher 4, and The Taste of Death. So let's go through and score it real quick. So the first thing is you got number 1 correct. That's 13 points. So you got that 100% correct. That's 13 points. All right. You had Batman versus Godzilla on there. Well, it didn't end up anywhere on the list. So you got 0 points for that. You also had Cowboys versus Ninjas versus Zombies. That wasn't on there. Neither was My Little Pony or Saw 17. So you didn't get any points for any of those movies. You were 1 away on How to Cook Your Dragon and Murder, She Wrote the Movie. So you get 7 points for those. Because you were 2 away for The Taste of Death, Ethan Eternal, and GoBots. I'm sorry, because they were somewhere on the list, you get 3 points for those. You get 5 points because Thundar was 2 spaces away. And then because you got UHF HD 100% correct, that was worth 10 points. So that's how the scoring ends up going. And then you got 1 additional point because your dark horse of Titanic 2 made it to the number 7 spot. It was somewhere on the list. You got an additional point. So your total points were 52 points. Now, if you were to get all 10 movies correct, it would be a total of 106 points. So you're probably looking at going, man, 52 points out of 106? That sucks. Like, I didn't do well at all. 52 points, I think, has won this game multiple years. Here's the thing. This game is super hard. Yeah. Anyone who has played this multiple years throughout the site knows. And what's funny is there's been years it's literally come down to the last movie. I'm trying to think, what year was it? It was Salt, that movie with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
It literally, like the last minute, the last week that the movies could collect money, it literally ticked up 1 on the number 10 spot and completely screwed a bunch of people over. Yeah. So yes, this movie can actually come down to the very last minute. And it number 1 through 3 tend to kind of go in pretty easily, pretty quick. But yeah, the rest of them, you just never know. And we're going to talk about that. That's the whole reason why we're doing this episode is as we go through it, some of these things are going to come and you're just going to be like, I don't know if that movie's going to make the money we think it's going to make. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So, all right. So with that said, like I said, on our website, I will have a list of all the movies that are going to be available for this. And we're just going to kind of run through them all. Some of the movies we're going to have a lot to say. Some of them we're just going to be like, probably not. So without further ado, if anyone has anything else they want to throw in there real quick, I think I've won 1 year. I don't even know for certain, to be honest with you. Number 1, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't think
we also made it harder on ourselves because we did the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And so when one person got that movie.
Okay, so that's the fall game. That the fall game is a little different when we do the
Okay.
draft. That is a different animal. So
Yeah.
but yeah. So anyway, because we do two different movie games because some people like the way this one works, some people like the other one, the way it works. Anyway, so with no further ado, let's go ahead and move into it. The first movie that is a possibility for us to pick comes out May 2nd, and it is the Thunderbolts. So let's just go over it real quick. Kind of the synopsis for it. Careful who you assemble. A world without the Avengers doesn't mean there's not a group of superheroes. There's a group, and they're called the Thunderbolts. A group of supervillains from the MCU are recruited to go on missions for the government. So basically, this is like the MCU version of what's it called?
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Yeah, this is kind of like the MCU version of the Suicide Squad. Just a little background information because I tend to, especially if it's part of a series, I tend to look at what the previous movies made, and so the previous movie close enough to it. The last MCU movie was Captain America: Brave New World, $199 million. That's not that bad for what was it, February when it came out, but also I didn't really look up to see how it compared to the other Captain America movies. I think most people are kind of in superhero fatigue. I know I kind of am. So that being said, thoughts? Is this a contender for number one?
I'm putting this at number 2.
Oh, okay. So what are you're putting in number 2, huh?
Because of how long it's going to be in the theater, because of it's there the entire summer, and it gets back to Avengers comedy. That's
True.
what's been missing from a lot of the movies lately of a lot of the funny moments, and I think you're going to get that out of this one. Especially Bucky and Red Guardian. I think you're going to they were great together in the What If.
Yeah.
And I think you're really going to see that come to life on screen. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I put this as my number one.
Fair enough.
With being first out of the gate helped. That's a huge thing. Plus, I think Marvel they're hyping this one up to be a little bit more laid back. The comedy, which oddly enough, Marvel, when it does comedy. It is so well done. And this time, by the looks of this movie, is going to be a driving force.
Yeah.
So that's a change from everything else. And they've been able to keep a lot of the stuff under wraps, which they
That's
were
a good
not
point.
able to do with the last Captain America movie. I think they put too much lead time on it and they let too much out.
Yep.
Either through their toy lines or story leaks or whatever. And it just, people knew enough about the movie from the trailers and everything they leaked out. They're like, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Where they haven't been able to, like Thunderbolts, they've been able to keep it under wraps for the most part. Now I think this past week, they've actually confirmed who the actual villain is.
Oh, see, I didn't even hear that.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Fair enough.
No, thank you.
But it wasn't who everyone thought it was for the last several months. So kudos to them. But yeah, you've got an excellent dynamic of characters that can feed off of each other.
Yep.
So I'm hyped. I'm hoping it succeeds. I'm hoping it's the breath of fresh air that Marvel fucking needs.
Yes, they do.
That being said, right now their TV series are hitting it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just pounding away. Plus, this movie pulls from that. So I'm really hoping this one plays it out. And yeah, that's my number one there's some other ones that are ooh, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go with this one.
I did not do my top 10. It's been a hell of a week, let me tell you. That being said, yeah, this is a contender for me for two reasons. Number one, it is a Marvel movie. Number two, like you said, this one's coming out of the gate. That is not something to underestimate in this game, because there is only a certain amount of time that these movies can make money. In fact, I think I left that off the rules. Technically speaking, the movies that come out between May and the end of August are the ones that are available. We're going to give them 2 weeks into September to continue to make money. So anything that comes out at the end of August is going to have at least 2 weeks to try to make some money. But yeah, the chances of something coming out that late and getting up at least fairly high on the list are pretty slim. Not unless it was just like an absolute banger. But even then, most of the time, Hollywood puts those movies closer to like the 4th of July, because they know people are off. They know people are going to the movies, at least here in the US. And so that's when they tend to try to jockey around for that time period. And in fact, the movie that would be closest to July 4th this year is actually a pretty big banger. So that's holding true. So yeah, if you've got this movie in your top 1 to 5 at least, that's a pretty safe bet. So all right, moving on to the next movie.
Oh, I had that one at number 2 for me.
Oh, okay, cool. Like I said, good bet all the way around. The next movie out is called Shadow Force. Let's see. In the action film Shadow Force, the 2 characters were once the leaders of a multinational special forces group called Shadow Force. Not really that inventive. They broke the rules by falling in love, and in order to protect their son, they go underground with a large bounty on their heads, and the vengeful Shadow Force hot on their trail. One family becomes outlaws and has to fight for their lives.
This is like Fast and Furious meets Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
I've seen
This is going digital real fast.
I think so too.
Yeah, I don't see this one. And I mean, not any knocks to the big actors in this one, but it just. And I just noticed here on the bottom of the left of the trailer, it's rated R. So that already gives it.
Yeah, that knocks it down even further. I watched the trailer for it, and it wasn't.
I would watch this surfing through Netflix or Disney or something like that, and I need something to watch for an hour and a half or something. Yeah. I picked this just to say I'd watched it, but no, I'm not paying money.
Yeah, not on. I don't think this is going to be on anyone's top 10. No. A Dark Horse, maybe if more information comes out about it, but I've literally not seen any word about this movie.
No.
So, and like I said, since it doesn't have a prequel or it's not part of a series or anything, I don't have anything else to go with it. The next one is an interesting thing that I've noticed for the movies that are coming up here. The number 3 movie is Clown in a Cornfield. Now, here's why I think this is interesting. There are a lot of horror movies on this list.
Yeah.
Horror movies usually were set more. So, I mean, there's always been horror movies in the summer, but horror movies tend to push them back to the fall, especially around Halloween. But there's a lot of horror movies on this list, and I'm just like, is this a new thing? Like,
yeah, I was kind of wondering about that too.
Is it that maybe that Halloween is going to be that time of year is going to be so crowded that they're just like, well, just throw it out in the theater. We just got to get it out at some time. Just throw it out there. So, I'm not sure. Does anyone know who Eli Craig is? Because the name, it was specifically written. He did Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which was awesome.
I just saw that, and I love that movie. It is so.
I do too.
Yeah, it's so cult classic right there.
Yeah. And the Little Evil. I don't know that one. But anyway, Eli Craig's new horror film, Clown in Cornfield, follows Quinn and her father, who have just moved to a quiet town, Kettle Springs, hoping for a fresh start. Instead, she discovers a fractured community that has fallen on hard times after the treasured Baypen corn syrup factory burned down. As the locals bicker amongst themselves and tensions boil over, a sinister, grinning figure emerges from the cornfields to cleanse the town of its burden. One bloody victim at a time.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, not gonna make it on my list either.
No.
I almost put it as a dark horse only because it's from the producers of Smile and for the length of time that it's going to be out. But ultimately, I decided.
I think it's going to get killed. Just even though it's out for a long time, it's going to be going up against a lot more.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Let's see here. What was next on it? The next movie up is Fight or Flight with Josh Hartnett.
No.
Boy, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
It's been a minute or so, hasn't it?
He looks like Colin Farrell.
It took me a while to recognize him first. Like I watched the trailer and like, who's that blonde guy? Oh my god. It's
Sorry, Josh.
so yeah.
I've actually seen the trailer for this one out in the wild actually a couple of different times. So it's actually, at least it's been put out there. Like I can at least say I've seen the trailer for this. A mercenary, Josh Hartnett, takes on the job of tracking down a target on a plane, but must protect her when they're attacked by people trying to kill both of them. Fight or Flight, directed by filmmaker James. Okay.
It's too much like Bullet Train, which was amazing.
Yes, it was. Bullet Train was
Love Bullet
fun.
Train, but it's too soon, and now it feels like a 99-cent ripoff.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
This is Timu speed Bullet Train.
yeah,
Okay,
really.
so have y'all taken to using-
Transmorphers?
Have y'all taken to using that term? Like, I mean, I used to say like it was the Walmart version, or it was like the generic version or something like that. But like that's what my boys call things that are the alternate version. The not as good version of something is they literally go, "Oh, it's the Temu version of something." And I have not grokked that term yet. I don't know if I ever will.
And yet you use grokked. Like,
okay, grok is an old internet term. I'm sorry, I'm old. Leave me alone. So obviously not. I don't think anyone's top 10. Maybe a dark horse. No, not even a dark horse. All right, sorry about that, buddy. So, the next movie on the list doesn't even have not only it doesn't have a trailer, it doesn't even have a poster yet. And that is Juliet and Romeo. You know, they've got to set this one aside, you know, from everything else. Let's see here. Set at the end of the medieval era, Juliet and Romeo reimagines the world's
tell you
most...
right now, no. It's not gonna just keep going. It's not gonna make the list. No.
Let's see. The timeless tale trades traditional verse of original new pop. Oh, it's got new pop music, guys.
No.
Next.
No. Keep going.
I'll watch it on Netflix after it comes out.
Yeah, I don't.
And you're not talking me into that
one.
one.
No, that'll be a me movie.
That's a Netflix and chill. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh dear.
I've also never been a big Shakespeare fan, especially Romeo and Juliet. I just can't. It nothing about it even slightly interests me. Like even the one with
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
that was a good one
with the swords.
I thought it
was not good. I had to go to that for English class back in high school.
We did too, and I actually enjoyed it.
It's got an amazing soundtrack too. So good. Anyways, okay, what's
next one?
What's next?
All right, the next one I'm going to put the poster up. It might be a little disturbing for anyone to see if you're aware, you know, if this kind of bugs you. So I'm going to put it up there. But the next one is something that has not been out in theaters for quite a while, and that is
oh god,
Final Destination: Bloodlines.
Yeah. You got a tattoo on your eyeball.
What is that?
Looks like a tattoo needle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tattoo.
God, that's what that is. That's a tattoo.
Yeah.
This is a dark horse for me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Okay. So here's the quick thing. So the last Final Destination movie was Final Destination 5.
Mm-hmm.
2011, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
14 years ago.
Yes, but now you have the resurgence of 90s con.
Yeah.
So, like huge nostalgia factor. Yeah. So that's why it was a dark horse.
Didn't make my list, but even the dark horse, but I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Of all of the horror movies coming out, this is my pick. This would be my dark horse pick. I think if it's done well, and I agree with y'all totally. Because I don't know about y'all, but I still see when people post stuff like on, you know,
falling behind a lumber truck.
Yes, anytime anyone's in a lumber truck, no one fucking drives behind a lumber truck if you're of a certain age.
Yeah,
and that's what I see this becoming for the next group.
Yeah,
and you know what? They can have it. I'm not going.
The newest chapter in New Line Cinema's bloody successful franchise takes audiences back to the very beginning of Death's twisted sense of justice. Final Destination: Bloodlines. So this may even be a prequel, but yeah.
Okay.
I will not be going to see this, but I can see this making decent money.
Yeah.
Chris and I are going.
No, we're not. No.
Yeah. I might be able to talk Logan into going.
Oh, good luck with that.
Oh, does she like horror movies?
No.
Well,
She
did.
tried.
And
She
then-
tried watching it. She made it to it, and then it's been a hard pass.
Okay, there's no chance in hell if she can't make it through it. There's no way she's going to get through Final Destination.
No, there's not.
You should watch the first one at home.
The one of I haven't seen all of them. That
you're right.
opening scene though, that opening one where they're standing and they're arguing in the he's freaked out and they've all gotten off the plane and they're standing there like yelling at each other.
Yeah.
I can't believe you've done this. And you literally see the plane explode and then it takes a second before the shockwave. That freaked me the fuck out.
Mhm.
But the scene that got me is when the kid slips in the bathtub and is choked.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah.
That was a rough scene.
Yeah.
So, and then later on, I'm watching was it the same one where the person puts the cup on top of the monitor and it cracks and it leaks, the monitor explodes and part of the monitor's like jammed in there. And I'm just like, there's no way. That was stupid.
Bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I was like, okay, this jumped the shark.
Yeah.
First movie already jumped the shark, but let's see here. The next movie that's coming out, that's on our list at least, is called Hurry Up Tomorrow.
What? No.
Yeah, I think they finally dropped a trailer for this. I don't even know if there's a trailer that I've seen for it, but
I didn't even look at this one, but now that I'm looking at the poster with Jenna Ortega,
No.
she's got pulling
that's
power.
the one thing. That's the one thing.
She's not a big enough name just yet. Like, give her a couple years and she would be. Not quite yet. Almost.
Oh no, she made
She
it
has to
with
be
Beetlejuice
paired
too.
with somebody else who's also well known. Because she was in that movie.
Okay, so what if I tell you a musician played by Abel Tesfaye, aka The Weeknd? Don't know if
Yeah.
y'all know who that is, but apparently he's a pretty
yeah.
big.
He's a
He played
Canadian.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Plagued by insomnia, is pulled into an odyssey with a stranger who begins to unravel the very core of his existence.
No, lost me.
No.
This is a little too artsy for me. I can see maybe the kids going to see this because it's got some big people that they might like, but I don't think it's got enough traction to
This
break
reminds
the
me
top
of
10.
like our generation with the movie The Cell with
with Jennifer Lopez.
Lopez. That was supposed to be her like
Yeah.
big metaphysical one, and crashed and burned. So
Yes,
Jenna
it
Ortega
did.
better be careful with this one.
Yeah.
It,
So
it
we-
might do well, but it
No,
might
no,
be
no.
somebody's dark horse. I'm not putting it on the list.
No.
No.
Yeah. And I forgot, I have not been announcing all the dates on these. So Thunderbolts and Shadow Force are May 2nd. Clown in a Cornfield. God, it's just weird saying some of these names. Clown in a Cornfield, Fight or Flight, Juliet and Romeo, and Final Destination Bloodline. I'm sorry, those three are May 9th. Final Destination Bloodlines and Hurry Up Tomorrow are May 16th. And then we hit May 23rd. And I think both of these have a chance. Both of these should end up on your top 10. I'm just telling you right now. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I think the first one probably above the second one, and that is the live action of Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, I didn't even have that on there.
I am not a fan of Disney doing live action remakes.
Yeah.
Nicholas, this trailer came on while we were watching the Minecraft movie today, and Nicholas looks at me and goes, "Dad, I've never seen Lilo and Stitch." I'm like, "Dude, I haven't either." I'm like, "Maybe we should sit down and watch it." I know tons of people who love that movie, like adore that movie. Lainey's one of them. She talks about it so much. She's like, it is a really good movie. It's one of those Disney movies that really hits the family chord, and a lot of people really enjoy that.
Okay. I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
You said it. It's a Disney movie. I bet you, because all the kids' movies I put on, most of them I put on my list because, yeah, parents take this one. However, the Disney movies, parents know they can just wait it out and get it on Disney Plus.
That's actually a good
And
point.
a lot of parents are doing that now.
Yeah.
So here's some fun information. Now, here's the only thing that's a big strike against it.
The date.
The last Disney live action adaptation was Snow White,
Yeah.
which just came out.
Oh, it's burning.
$77 million.
Yeah.
That is
they really screwed the pooch on that one.
They did so many bad things on that. Like number one, apparently the young lady they have playing Snow White has gone like screwed herself and screwed them talking about the movie. The choice of going back and forth on how they're going to make the dwarves look apparently was a big thing. I don't know. Watching this in the trailer and just because I was kind of looking around to gauge other people's interest or whatever. Granted, the theater's dark; you can't see a lot. I did hear some people go, "Yeah, I can't wait for that." So I'm just like, I don't know. We'll see. I think this is at least a top 10. I think this is a solid top 10. Now, where you put it on your top 10, I don't know. Here's another funny fact: the original Lilo and Stitch, 2002, so 23 years ago. So it has had a decent amount of time. 145 million.
Yeah, it's a cute movie. It's cute.
So I mean, it may have a big enough following that it's going to do fairly well.
I think what's going to be the big draw is that they kept the animation for Stitch.
Yes,
looking like Stitch.
Yes,
I think that's going to help it big time.
There's another movie coming up when we talk about it. That's going to be the big thing for it here in a second. But anyway, and it's basically, I think it's fairly for the most. They may have changed the story up some, but as long as they stick to it being very family oriented, I think it's going to do well. The next movie I have no interest in seeing, but they just keep our friend Jennifer commented about another movie coming up here in just a bit about the Smurfs movie. Why are they still making these? And the first thing I said, well, for the same reason they keep making Fast and Furious movies. But this movie technically kind of falls into that same category.
No, you got the wrong image. There we go.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. All right. Here's the deal.
I had it at number 4.
The last one, the last Mission Impossible, was called Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Yeah.
How did you not keep the name of Dead Reckoning Part 2? They just called it something completely different. The Final Reckoning.
Tom Cruise, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I guess so.
He jumps out of helicopters.
The other thing I was going to say too is you look at what Top Gun brought in.
Yeah.
Even during a harder time to pull money in, I think this one's going to do well. I put it at number 5.
The last one, Dead Reckoning, $172 million, and that was 2023, so just 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed it, and honestly, I watch these movies for Simon Pegg. I don't watch.
Oh, you know what? I totally get that. Simon Pegg is a freaking joy. I love Simon Pegg.
Exactly, and I think most of that money is because Simon Pegg. If you're watching this, Simon Pegg, I love you.
We're going to go with that. Like I said, I don't really see. Number one, I have not watched a Mission Impossible movie in forever. I can't even tell you the last one I watched. I know some people. I know there are a lot of people who love them.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy them. The first one was the best because it was like
the first one gave me a headache.
It was the TV series. They did an excellent job of doing the TV series, and then they got away from that, and they're like action flicks. But it beats him. He's great in Mission Impossible. Hell of a lot better than he was in Reacher. At least he's closer to the material in this.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't see going to see it. Who knows? Maybe I'll finally get caught up on the Mission Impossible movies. I don't know. Maybe I can get Nick to watch them with me. He might really enjoy them or something. So, but yeah, I don't see going to see this unless I were to get caught up on that. I don't see that happening. But I think this should definitely be on your top 10. I'm not going to tell you where, but I think it should probably be on your top 10 because, like I said, the last one made 172 million. This sounds like this may be the last one. I don't know. Of course, with Tom Cruise, you never fucking know. He may be like, no, let's do one more.
62, 63 now. Like
he's
guys
got to be
gotta
a vampire.
trust him.
He's a
Yeah.
vampire. He's got to be a vampire.
I
At one
would
point
say
he was.
when he's in his 80s, they'll do another Mission Impossible, and that's when he's going to finally pass the torch to somebody new.
So yeah, both of those come out on the same weekend. So definitely you got a family movie, and then you got, you know, a big action flick coming out on May 23rd. And then the last weekend of May is wow, both of these movies come out the last weekend. The first one is Bring Her Back.
What is that?
Yet another horror movie, but this one's A23. That company has been putting out some pretty interesting horror movies. Now, I don't know if it's going to be enough to crack the top 10, but
No.
No.
y'all are just like, nope.
No.
There's your answer. Let's see here. A brother and sister uncover a terrifying ritual at a secluded home of their new foster mother. Bring Her Back. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
It's bookended by other better movies.
Yeah,
from
I
other
agree.
Weekends. So no, this isn't going to do it.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's another one on the list that's a horror movie, and it's just like, man, there's a lot of horror movies coming out this summer.
Which probably will dilute which horror movie is going to win.
Yeah. There's only one other horror movie, and it's a little further down the list, which is going to hurt it, you know, money making wise, at least for our game. But I think it's got a good shot of being on there as well. And oddly enough, it's another callback. But rounding out the month of May on May 30th, I have no idea what the hell to do with this movie, and that is Karate Kid Legends.
This is on my list.
Okay, so the Karate Kid was the last movie in theaters, and it was 2010, and it made $176 million. It did really well. The other thing to keep in mind about this is Cobra Kai.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai has baffled everyone because it was a short-lived thing on YouTube that Netflix picked up, ran with, and has done really well with. Even though Christy and I fell off of it,
yeah,
there's a lot of people who really, really still like that series.
Yeah.
Yeah. My kid is really still into it.
Really? That's awesome.
I watched this trailer and I was like, holy shit, they just made me want to go and watch a Karate Kid. Like it looked really, really well done.
After a family tragedy, Kung Fu prodigy Li Fong is uprooted from his home in Beijing and forced to move to New York City with his mother. Li struggles to let go of his past, and he tries to fit in with his new classmates. And although he doesn't want to fight, trouble seems to follow him everywhere. When a new friend needs his help, Li enters a karate competition, but his skills alone aren't enough. Li's Kung Fu teacher, Mr. Han, played by the fucking legend Jackie Chan. That right there was like, oh shit, it's Jackie Chan. I may have to go see this. Enters let's see here, but his skills aren't enough, and enlists his original Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso. So they're tying it all back in, and I'm just like, this may do really, really well.
Yeah, it made my list.
Fair enough. I'm definitely anyone who puts this on there, I'm not going to second guess it.
Well, it's also a huge audience. Like it is from kids to adults that are remembering, like back in the day, want to see how it's all tied together. Like the audience is huge for this one.
Yeah, I agree. I think that one's got a chance to do really well. So, and it's early enough in the game that it's got plenty of legs to run. So, all right. Moving on, we have we enter June, and okay, so I'm glad this one's just got a single name because the way they listed is absolutely horrible. But let's see here. Coming out June 6th. Let me get the poster for it here real quick, because unfortunately I can only put in so many posters, so I have to kind of pull it up here kind of one by one. All right, come on, computer, think about what you're doing. Where it is. There it is. We have, oh, you know what? It's not going to put it up there. I did all of that dancing around and it's not going to show the poster. Great. Thanks for that. The actual name of the movie is called Ballerina, but the full name is From the World of John Wick. Because otherwise everyone was like, Ballerina, I ain't going to watch this. And then it's like from John Wick. Oh, okay, maybe. let's see. The last John Wick movie was John Wick 4, 2023, $187 million. The question is there enough draw to see something in that world that it's going to make this movie worth going to watch?
Well, they had a series in the world of John Wick. What it was, a 3-part series, like a prequel, and it did really, really well. It was really good. This one is in my top 10 because it is early enough, and it is from the world of John Wick, which in itself has a huge draw. I haven't read much about it, but even just from the name, I think it's gonna do fairly well.
Yeah, I have this in my top 10. Get it at 7.
John Wick's in it.
Okay.
John Wick's in it. I saw the trailer. He's in it. That's going to be a pull.
Yeah.
A young female assassin known as Eve seeks revenge against the people who killed her family, taking place around the same time as the events in John Wick 3, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. The movie follows Eve, who is beginning her training as an assassin. So, yeah, like I said, I could see this being top 10. Where in the top 10?
I threw it as 10, but
okay.
I like you see who that the original cast is still in the movie. And, like, I love the Continental, and to see the Continental, to see all the original characters in there, I mean, that was pulling up for me. I'm like, oh, I was a little bit worried when I first saw it, but as soon as I saw the original cast was in it and we're telling a new story within that world, I'm in. So
fair enough. Premiering June 6th as well. So the same weekend is The Life of Chuck. This has a huge cast in it. And Karen Gillan, Tom Hiddleston, Mark Hamill, and it's got a question mark. So it's got even people in it that's not even being said.
Yeah.
Here's where I'm telling you, do not put this movie on your top 10. Based on the short story by Stephen King. Even though this is not really a horror. I do remember reading this short story. I don't think Stephen King's movies, there are only a few of his short stories that have really been really well adapted to movies. Most of his stuff, at least the horror stuff, just does not seem to do great. And I don't know. I could be completely wrong on this, but to me, like, as soon as I started reading about this, I'm just like, I don't remember that being one of his better short stories. Like,
Okay.
It didn't make my list.
Yeah. I'm flat out telling you, I wouldn't put it on there, but that's me. And I'm a huge Stephen King person.
Yeah. I had it on my list at one point, then I took it off. And then I threw it as a dark horse, but I think what I'm finally going to do, I probably won't have it on there, but
Can I throw one more piece of information out there?
Yep.
So the last short story that they adapted as a movie by Stephen King just came out earlier this year, The Monkey.
Yeah.
39 million. That was
I was looking at the cast, and I did watch I watched the trailer, and I was like, holy shit, like, this looks really well done, and it doesn't show a lot of the story either in the trailer. So I was like, okay, it could be interesting.
Let me see here. Wherever Marty goes, he can't get away from Charles Krantz, Tom Hiddleston. His face is showing up on billboards, signs, even on TV. What's so special about the seemingly ordinary accountant, and why does he warrant such a send-off? Their connection includes Marty's ex-wife, co-worker, his neighbor, and just about everyone else they know. Chuck's life begins to unravel. It's an interesting idea. Like I said, I remember reading the short story and was just like, that was okay. It definitely was. Obviously, it was not one of his more memorable short stories. I actually thought The Monkey was a better short story. And even then, I was just like, I have no interest in going to watch this. So, but yeah, Life of Chuck. Let's see here. And then there's one more movie coming out that weekend, and there's no trailer for it. There's no poster for it. There's nothing for it. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know how to fucking pronounce the damn thing.
Yeah.
The Phoenician Scheme, I think it is.
Yeah, I was looking for it too.
Yeah.
Let's just say no and move on.
There you go.
Okay. Here's why I'm going to tell you: do not put this on your thing. It's a Wes Anderson movie.
Mm.
If you're a Wes Anderson person, this is obviously I'm going to go watch it. Wes Anderson movies don't really make a lot of money, though.
No, they're very
No.
niche. They're very like it's for a specific group of people.
Asteroid City, which was 2023, $28 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's your bag, that's great. Go watch it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it continues on doing the things that you enjoy. But it's not going to make our top 10. It's just not. It's Wes Anderson movies, like you said. There's a particular person who enjoys those movies,
Mhm.
and that's great for y'all. I'm not
They
gonna.
love
I'm not
that.
tripping on anyone, but yeah.
Love
Yeah.
Wes Anderson. Like
Yep.
his fans are like his fans.
They
But it's a small.
they probably really enjoy Hundreds of Beavers as well.
Okay, so have you watched that, Ray, or are you just throwing that out there?
No, I watched the trailer. I couldn't come to actually watching it. So
Fair enough. We'll talk about that here in a second. All right, the next movie up real quick. I think this actually rounds out that weekend. Yeah, June 6th. Oh, look, it's another horror movie.
Oh, Al Pacino.
Okay,
Yes,
so that was the
Cassie
thing.
Green. That's a random cast. I'm sorry. That's weird. That casting makes no sense.
Yeah, there's all these other people. I'm just like, fucking Al Pacino's in this? What the hell?
Happy
Oh.
Easter.
Demonic possession grips the church based on a true story about the priest and Joseph Steger as they attempt to put aside their differences and save an allegedly possessed young woman. Okay.
No, it's
Mm-mm.
not going to make a top 10. Just
No.
skip it.
Yeah, it's sorry guys. It's not there. So let's see here. Okay, so real quick, do you want to, and while I'm teeing up the next movie, Ray, do you want to explain why you brought up Hundreds of Beavers?
Okay, so I do remember Jen telling us to watch this movie as well.
I don't remember that.
Pretty sure she saw it in theater
Okay.
last year, I want to say.
Anyway.
Anyway, so it's a very artsy movie. It's very creative in the way that it is artistic as well.
Mhm.
And Wes Anderson is very creative in his storytelling, and I don't know, it fits in my brain that those two kind of fit together. So
Fair enough. The reason we brought it up again is because our on Wednesday we did an interview with my buddy Travis for Creatively Geeky, and he brought it up as being a movie to check out. It's got an interesting idea. I guess if you're really into kind of the artsy type movie, it might be a thing. So, all right. So we've already referenced Disney making a live action remake of one of their movies. Here's another live action remake, which, like I said, I'm not normally down for, but I have to say, even I'm like, I may have to go see this.
Yeah.
This looks like the way you remake a movie.
Mm-hmm.
This looks fantastic. Number one, I adore, at least, I don't know if I've seen the other How to Train Your Dragons, but I adore that first movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt that I had a cat that his head shape was very much like Toothless. And when he put his ears back, he very much looked like Toothless. So I was kind of drawn to that. But I remember watching this movie and I was just like, this is fantastic. Like, this is, not to knock DreamWorks, but this is Pixar quality movie, at least at that time. Pixar's kind of had some slip. But yeah, I was like totally on board for that. Yeah, I would say this should probably be on the top 10.
Yeah, I have it in my top 10. Also, Epic Universe is going to open up in May, and they've already got influencers and stuff going through it. And they have a whole land dedicated to Burke.
What they did with one of the robot dog things, making the genius.
So
That
good.
was pure genius.
Yeah.
And that's not even the best animatronic there. Like
Oh yeah.
there's some amazing ones that they have. And then the other thing that I was really impressed with was the characters that they have walking around or
Yeah.
being a part of a shop. Like they've nailed the voices, and like Hiccup sounds like Hiccup when he's there, and it's a live action person. Like it is.
Oh
just
yeah,
like-
you can tell they didn't just grab some Joe
And-
Schmidt off the
Yeah.
street.
Yeah, and they've done such a good job with making that feel like real life. That at first, when I heard they were doing this, I wasn't sure. After seeing Epic Universe, this is going to go up, and I've actually bumping it up to number 6 for me.
Fair enough. Like I said, this will definitely be on my top 10. Like I said, I have not made my top 10 yet. I don't know exactly where it's going to go, but this is definitely going on my top 10. Because it looks like watching the trailer, I don't think they changed anything. I don't think they literally just remade
much.
the movie, which, you know what? That was such a good movie. You know, something else I remember about that movie was I remember watching it in 3D, and the scene where he first gets on, he first starts trying to fly on the back of Toothless, the way it's flying around and stuff. I remember watching that 3D and going, this is better than Avatar. Like, I thought that was, I loved that. I thought it was fantastic. So, but yeah, that's definitely going on my list. All right. I'm looking on here. I skipped a movie. Unfortunately, I don't have a poster for it, but I somehow I skipped it. It also comes out on June 13th. The Materialist.
No.
Chris Evans, Pedro Pascal, Dakota Johnson.
No.
Good cast.
Not Dakota Johnson.
It's a good
Oh, with
cast.
Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. I saw the trailer for that. It looked fine.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think I have seen the trailer for it.
Yeah, it looked fine. It looked like a love triangle, and Dakota Johnson's in the middle.
Oh, then no.
Between
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah. No, it's more like a rom-com.
All right. Yeah. Probably not going to make
Yeah.
the top 10.
No.
I remember watching that.
All right. Let's see here. So what's next on the list? Oh, so here's, guess what? It's another horror movie, guys. Although I will say this one kind of interests me.
Yes.
Yeah.
28 years later.
Yeah.
The last one was real quick. The last How to Train Your Dragon was called The Hidden World, that came out in 2019. $160 million. And I think that was the third one in the series, and it still made that much money, which is pretty good. All right. The last 28 movie was 28 weeks later. Do y'all remember what year that was?
Early 2000s.
I want to say 2002.
2007. 28 million. But I mean, it was a horror movie. So
Yeah. But for nostalgia, this is a dark horse for me because of the nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
I think that's a great place for it.
Yeah.
As a dark horse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Because people are going to be trying to look out for Cillian Murphy. They're going to try to
Yep.
see if they can spot him.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, the trailer, I mean, the poster doesn't really give off anything. I'm not normally the running zombie, even though technically they're not zombies, they're rage creatures. They're not really, but anyway, I'm not normally, I prefer shambling, slower. But I enjoyed the other two movies. So I wonder if Nick would rewatch those with me and then maybe go to this one with me. That might be interesting. So
Yeah, I think
Let's
it's
see.
going to do well.
So yeah, I think this is definitely a good dark horse possibility. So let's see here. Next coming up. I don't know if I've got a poster for this one or not. Let me see here. I don't think there is a poster for it. No, there is. Okay, here we go.
No.
Rebel Wilson, Bride Hard.
No.
When a mercenary group takes a lavish wedding hostage, they have no idea what they're in for, as the maid of honor is actually a secret agent ready to rain hellfire upon everyone who would ruin her best friend's wedding. Obviously, it's a comedy.
I don't even think I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest Rebel Wilson fan. Like, she's all right, but she's kind of like up there with Amy Schumer for me. It's like, meh.
The only way I'm watching is if it's on and there's like absolutely nothing else that I can ever watch.
Mm-hmm.
Then I might watch it, and even then, I'm probably doing something else.
Yeah. I just, I don't know. You have to. There's a real chemistry you have to hit with an action comedy like that nowadays, and I just don't. Now, granted, maybe the trailer comes out and it really sells people on it, but like I said, there's no trailer for it. I had to really look for a poster for this, even so.
The only way that you could get me interested in that is if it was like a mashup of that and Wedding Crashers.
The next one. Okay, so here's where we have a question mark. Here's where we get a question mark. I think this will be a top 10, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Pixar's Elio. I actually just saw the trailer for this today when I took the boys to go see the Minecraft movie. Not interested. Nothing about this trailer grabbed me and made me think this looks like old school Pixar movie. I want to go see it.
I watched the trailer today because I didn't even know this was coming out.
That's the thing. The trailer dropped. I've heard nothing else about this movie.
So I think this one is gonna be popular with those little kids. I really, and because we are not in it at all.
No, we're very far removed from this world.
I think this is going to be a bigger hit. I've actually got it on. Now it's dropped from as I've been going. I've got it at 8 right now.
Yeah.
See, and here's the thing: Pixar has almost always been a safe bet.
Yeah.
In some cases, Pixar was either number 1 or number 2. Like it was always, depending on the year that it came out. Of course, we're talking about pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Pixar in their prime. Like they were always heavy hitters. And this one, I think it's probably a safe 10 bet, but I don't know if I would put it maybe even the top 5, to be honest with you.
No,
not in my top 5. No.
Especially with How to Train Your Dragon coming out just a few weeks ahead of it.
That's right. I don't have mine. This isn't in my list.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. How to Train Your Dragon comes out the week before.
Yeah.
So probably not the best.
I was trying to think of like double headers and stuff like that too.
But again,
that's a long time for little kids to be in the theater.
Yeah, kids
that is a long time for little kids.
Yeah, but again, we're all very far removed from this world. Like,
that is also very true.
Yeah, so it's not on our.
I think the young kids would be like scared of the live action dragon.
Could be
where this one is a safer bet.
Like
you know what? Before
taking their kids, to that.
Oh yeah.
Before I make my top 10, I know a couple of people who have some younger kids, and I may ask them. So, which of these two movies, which one do you think you're going to take your kids to, or do they even know about it? Because if they go, oh yeah, they're all about How to Train Your Dragon, and they're like, I don't know what Pixar movie you're talking about. I'll be like, So, let's see here. Coming up next. Okay, so this is another movie. So this is a standalone movie. I have no idea. I actually saw the trailer for this the first time, like on Apple TV Plus before a TV show I was going to watch. I was just like, is this coming to Apple TV? And it's like, no, it's coming to theaters. It's just being advertised on there. F1.
F1, yeah.
No.
I mean, it's got Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
He's not the biggest draw like he used to be. Especially
Absolutely.
Family stuff with Angelina going on. Like, it's kind of turning out that he's a bit of a scumbag a little bit. With a drinking problem.
The following of F1 on series, I think that's going to be a draw here. This could be in the top 10.
That's where I don't think I agree with everything you just said. I think Brad Pitt is okay. Brad Pitt's in it. I'll go watch it. I think the draw is going to be, like you said, F1 is really picking up in the US.
Yeah.
And it's big everywhere else as well. I think that is why if people are going to go see this, they're going to go see it because of that. They're not. Yeah. It's not because it's Brad Pitt. I got to go see it.
I don't think it's anything to do with Brad Pitt. People go see it.
Yeah, I think they're going to be drawing from the crowd of the people that watch the series. I don't have a list as a top 10, but I could see it making it.
Ooh, the screenplay is written by Aaron Kruger, writer of Arlington Road, Scream 3, Reindeer Games, The Ring, Blood and Chocolate, Transformers 2 through 4, Ghost in the Shell, Dumbo, Top Gun Maverick. you want to talk about a checkered past of
That's
going
a,
like
that's a very
it's like, oh, that's no, that's bad. Oh, that's good. Oh, that was bad. Oh, ah,
Is there a was there a pattern? Like,
no, not necessarily, because I'm looking back to it. I'm just like, that was okay. That was good. That was not good. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. The other movie that comes out that weekend, let me get the information for that one because I've got a trailer for this one. I don't think the previous one made decent money. I don't know if this one's. I don't know how big a following this has. I don't know how well this is going to do. Look, it's another horror movie.
No.
Megan 2.0.
What the hell's up with all these damn horror movies?
I think this one is going to do well.
Yeah, didn't
I
the
think
last
this one
The
will.
first one was 2022 and made 95 million.
It was a surprise hit, and it's made it big in like Netflix world,
Mm-hmm.
and like, yeah, it got huge afterwards.
Yeah,
I
this is
think
one
this
of those
is a date movie
a
this
date
is-
movie.
for like teens and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be a big one.
I agree with you, Sean. I think 95 million is not bad. That's not bad, especially for being a horror movie. It probably definitely made its money back and then some. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people. I listened to some podcasts, and there's some big horror buffs, and they all seem to really like the first one and are looking forward to this new one.
people have been buying like the life size doll of this thing too. So
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Top 10?
I put it in mine.
Okay, fair enough. Dark Horse? I think this is definitely a good Dark Horse possibility, if nothing else. Okay, so here's one that I'm definitely torn about. I want to watch this movie. I just don't know if I want to watch this movie. Jurassic World Rebirth.
It's getting a little long in the tooth.
It's getting very long in the tooth.
Making them, they're like fucking Transformer movies.
Jurassic World Dominion was 2022, $376 million. Now, granted, it also had the new cast, it had the old cast. This doesn't have any of those.
It's got Scarlett Johansson.
It's got Scarlett Johansson in it, which
and Jonathan Bailey, who's having a moment.
And we are going back to the original island as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think there's going to be hits on that. I do.
Oh, this is definitely. I think this is this is my number 3.
I think this is top 10. Don't get me wrong. I think this is definitely top 10 material. I'm going to have to unfortunately wait until I hear some stuff come out about it, because that last movie I did not like until literally like the last 5 minutes. And then the last 5 minutes, I was like, okay, this is an interesting idea. I kind of want to see where they go with it. But like even the description of it, to be honest with you. Okay. And so this one is, July 2nd. So this is going to be this is the only thing coming out that weekend, by the way. This is going to be the big July 4th movie. Put this on your top 10. Where you put it is up to you, but
I've got mine.
What?
I threw mine at 7 for now, but it might change too.
There's an issue with it,
which is
the following week gets some stiff competition, so it's got a week to make a lot of money.
Yes, it does. This action-packed new chapter sees an extraction team raced to the most dangerous place on Earth, an island research facility for the original Jurassic Park, inhabited by the worst of the worst that were left behind 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, released in 2022. The plant's ecology has proven largely inhospitable to dinosaurs. Those remaining exist in isolated environments. I like this idea. That part I really like. I like the idea that, dinosaurs are not going to go live in fucking Canada. Like, it's too fucking cold.
Yeah.
And they're going to try to stay, close to, but then it's like, oh, they're trying to go get DNA so they can do more bio research. And I'm just like, that was the thing I didn't like about the last one. But it is what it is. I think it's going to make bank. Don't get me wrong. It's going to make bank. Put it on your top 10. I'm just going to have to wait to see what people say before I go see it.
Yeah.
So, trying to remember if I've watched all of those with my boys.
Sean's in the jungle right now.
I know, right? By the way, I meant to ask you, how are you picking your backgrounds? Are you just like going randomly like, that looks cool?
Yeah,
Or do you have a list you're going through?
Oh, no. It looks cool. So that's what I do.
Fair enough. So yeah, that was July 2nd. The following week, I don't think there's anything else coming out with it. If there is, nope, nothing else coming out the same day. And if there was, you freaking picked the wrong weekend.
Yeah.
Of all of the superhero movies coming out this year, there are 3 Marvel movies and then this one. And I have to say, back when we did our most anticipated for 2025, this was the only superhero movie that actually made my big list. I can't wait for this movie. I saw the trailer for the newer trailer today where it's the more drawn out him getting Crypto to drag him. And yes, I could tell my boys were kind of like they're like, what is going on here? There's robots. It looks a little goofy. This is what I want from Superman, though. Like, there's Green Lanterns and Hawk Girl, and I'm just like, they're diving straight into this world, and I am here for it. The fact that when Crypto showed up, I was sold. I was like, done. I'm there. So
James Gunn made me fall in love with a raccoon.
Yes, fair enough.
And
so
this is my number one.
You want to know something heartbreaking though? So, like I said, if it's in a series or if it's part of a group or something like that, I've been trying to go back and find a little bit of money information about the previous one. I guess you could count Blue Beetle. I didn't really. And even though this is rebooting the whole DC universe, technically this doesn't connect to anything else, but the last one would have been The Flash. Now, the only reason I went to go see The Flash, like myself, was to go see Batman. I wanted to go see OG Batman.
Yeah.
But even then, does anyone have any guess about how much money The Flash made?
Wasn't it like 110?
Dude, I would almost give you that. $108 million. That's it. And I know they sunk a crap ton of money into that movie. Yeah. And then when they got to that last scene with that multiverse, looked horrible. Yeah. Oh, some of those renders were not baked.
Well, that and then the Flash, Ezra Miller.
Yeah, Ezra Miller exploded at that point and just killed it.
Yeah.
Who did it because he went all loopy for whatever.
It had potential, and then he
then he fucked it all up.
Like I said, the only reason anyone wanted to go see that movie was for Batman. No one was there to see the fucking Flash. No one gave a shit about the Flash.
No.
So this one for me is my number one because it's done a couple of things. It is resetting that entire universe. It's going to bring the DC people out, with which they finally get to see a movie that they're going to want to go see at the theater.
That's a good point.
And then the other thing too is this is almost Avengers level because you have multiple characters that they're bringing in, and they're teasing so much more. So if you miss this movie, look at this is the reset. This is what's going to start, and James Gunn is not going to come out and like whiff on the first movie that he's coming out on.
Oh, I sure as hell hope not, because if he does, but I'm like you, it's James Gunn. I believe in James Gunn. I think he can crack this code. Because I think the whole point of this is, where it's kind of like, oh, well, he's an alien and he's trying to, he's an alien to this world. This is literally just, he's a good guy, and this world doesn't know what to do with good people anymore. It's like, you can't really be that good. No, it's Superman. He is that good.
Yeah. You know what sold me was it was watching the scenes when he's Clark Kent. And he's trying to make it through the crowds. I'm like, that guy nailed it.
It seemed very throwback to
Christopher
Reeves, and that's I think what made me think. Okay, I kind of made me fall in love a little bit. I was just like, that's what I want to see. I want to see old, goofy Superman that's there. He's just doing. He's just a good guy. He's just a good guy.
Was Henry too hot? Was Henry too hot? Was he too hot? Was he too broody?
No, it was just. It was dark. It wasn't.
If he would have been more happy and more outgoing, I thought he was a fine Superman. I thought he was a perfectly fine Superman. It's just the role that he was given was too dark.
Okay.
Yes.
So there was too much Batman in my Superman. I wanted a little more Superman.
Yes.
So, let's. So now we move on to July 18th. Talk about a blast from the past. Hey, look, it's another horror movie. Mm-hmm.
Skip it.
Really?
No, because this one's going to do really well. Because again,
Chris was the first one. No.
Nostalgia. This one will do really well because they're starting to reboot Buffy the Vampire Slayer too.
I heard that.
Michelle Gellar. So
With her in it?
Yeah, with her in it.
Oh.
She's doing something in it. Yeah, I heard that.
With it. So this one will do really well for nostalgia.
Is this a remake or is this
I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, let me look at this. I believe it is a remake.
Because it was
The only thing I can find online is a group of friends are terrorized by a stalker who knows about a gruesome incident from their past. It doesn't say anything about it connecting. That's it. It doesn't say that it's a continuation or whatever. There's no number to it. I'm guessing it's just a straight up remake.
I will say though, like the horror movies from when we were teenagers were more. They were scary and stuff like that, but these ones now are fucking gory. They're so gory and like unnecessarily gory. Like that poster alone, that's gross. It's too real. Why does it have to be so real? Do we have to?
I don't think this is going to do as well as you think, Chris, for a couple of reasons. One, we've already been inundated with horrors up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
And two, the competition that just came out the couple weeks and the week before.
Maybe.
When people go to the theaters, they're not going to be picking this one.
Megan 3 is not that. Well, it's 2 weeks before then.
Yeah.
Morgan 2.
Like I said, Megan 2. I don't know where to put this one, but yeah. The other thing is I was thinking, how many of these movies were there? I thought there were only 2. Because
there's just 2.
Okay, the other one was I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
1998.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is before the world ended the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're thinking of how many times this has been parodied.
True.
Like even the Simpsons did this one, and Scary Movie, and I think they did it multiple times. And
that's what I'm saying. I honestly have no idea where to put this on the list. Like Dark Horse, I would say a good shot maybe for Dark Horse. I don't know if it's top 10 material. But the second one, I Still Know What You Did, $40 million. But that was before that was 1998. I don't even know how to calculate money back then. Like, so anyway, I just thought it's kind of interesting that they decided they were going to reboot that one. So, speaking of reboots, this is the one that of all the movies that I put on there that Jen asked about, why are they still making these?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this in my top 10.
Okay, so Smurfs, actually it's listed as Smurfs. Okay, now here's the thing though. It's listed online as Smurfs musical. But I saw the trailer for this today and it doesn't say anything about musical. It just says Smurfs, which makes me think, are they doing this bullshit of it's going to be a musical and they're just not going to tell people about it?
It's an animated movie.
Joker 2.
That'd be like Trolls.
And Rihanna.
It just has lots of music in it.
Yeah, it'll have music in it.
Yeah.
Because we're not in this demographic anymore.
It'll probably do well.
It'll probably do well. Like, because
we'll see.
We used to take our kids to everything, every animated movie, regardless. We used to take our kids to it. Yep. So I could see if
fair enough.
We're younger, we would have taken.
For sure.
Now, do keep this in mind. At this point, we're already at July 18th, so we're already more than halfway through the movie game. So, getting a little long there. The last Smurfs movie was 2017. Smurfs: The Lost Village has no connection to this movie though, but it only clocked $45 million. So, keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get off the Trolls train here, and
they're probably trying to go off that. All right, so here we go. Now we're talking. This is probably the last chance for a big movie to really hit, and still make enough money to definitely be on the top 10, maybe even top 5. I'll be honest with you. Of all the other superhero movies, this is my second pick for the one that I really want to go see. Where is it? There it is.
Fantastic Four. Yeah.
I can't wait for this movie.
I know.
I'm so pumped for this movie.
This one's number 3 on my list.
This was number 1 because I have like a huge connection to the first one, and when it came out in the early 2000s, and I always see these because I want to compare. So I want to see how this one. I've seen every one, so I want to see how.
Really?
Yes. how this one stacks up.
She's waiting for a good one.
I'm waiting for a good one because the first one's my favorite. Everything after
Yeah.
that is just crap. So how's this one going to do? Is it, I love me some Pedro. I love him. However, is he Mr. Fantastic? I don't know. And what the fuck is up with the thing? I don't like it. So even though it's on my, I would go just purely to judge the shit out of it.
I am definitely going to go see that. Number one, retro future.
Yeah.
Sold. I love retro futuristic stuff. I love the fact that they're putting this in a retro futuristic situation. The fact that Galactus is not a giant cloud.
Yeah.
A+ in my book, guys.
Yeah.
This
is the
it looks
beginning.
fun.
Yeah. This is the beginning of the end of the multiverse as well, which is what I think people are going to be looking forward to. And there's also going to be some major hints as to where they're going from this movie.
Agreed.
So
do we think we're going to see Doom?
I'd be surprised if you didn't.
Maybe after credits?
Maybe.
Surely at least after credits. Surely after credits, right?
I'd be surprised if you weren't. I'd be really surprised if they didn't.
Yeah. See, I'm really kind of surprised that he's not going to be the main villain of this. Because, I mean, granted, I understand making him the next kind of big villain for the Avengers, because he's definitely big villain category.
They learned their lesson, Marvel, with Spider-Man 3.
Oh.
Too many villains.
Yeah.
Muddies the waters.
Yeah.
They learned that the hard way.
Yeah. So, and then, so that's July 25th. So that's the last weekend in July. All right. So we're coming up on August, the last month. Any movie that we're about to go over now, if you're going to put it on your top 10, you better keep your expectations low. It may be a fantastic movie. It may make a lot of money. It's just not going to have the run time to make top 5 money, unless it just absolutely is like incredible, which looking through this list, I don't see any of these happening.
I don't think so.
Maybe one of them, maybe this next one. I doubt it. We got to talk about this next one. This next one they've been talking about for years. We're finally getting it. The Naked Gun.
It made my list.
Starring Liam Neeson. Okay, let's talk about this movie. First off, casting is perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. I don't think anyone else could play Frank Drebin Jr. than fucking Liam Neeson. I'll be honest, and I was telling Sean this before y'all jumped on. I was not sold on the trailer. The first, I don't know, the last 30 seconds of the trailer is what sold me. Everything up where he comes in and, he like stands up from being the little girl or whatever, that I was like, that doesn't seem Naked Gun to me. That seems like some kind of a weird, I don't know, I wasn't really down for that. But when he's talking to the picture of his dad, I thought, okay, this is goofy. This makes sense that it's his son. And when they pan over to everyone else doing it, I thought, this is Naked Gun. This is going to be good.
See, I looked at it as it's parodying Mission Impossible, and that's exactly where this does well.
That's a good, I could definitely see that. So I'm excited for this movie. I can't wait. In fact, I'm looking forward to it. I hope we get a couple more trailers that really sell the Naked Gunness of this movie, because I can't wait to show my boys those movies. Yeah. The only reason I'm holding back is just because they want to keep kind of talking. And I'm like, guys, y'all can't do that. Like, because every 15 seconds, there's a new joke, either up front, in the background, someone saying something. Like, there's 1,000 jokes going on. They're not all going to hit, but those movies are so dense with comedy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I am 100% looking forward to this.
We got it as a dark horse.
Guys, a dark horse. I think that's definitely dark horse. If not, I might even put it 9 or 10. So I think it has the chops to do it. So let's see here. This next one I don't know anything about. I did not see the first one. Maybe y'all did. Has anyone seen The Bad Guys?
No.
This is a newer one that came out. The first one was 2022, so it's only about 3 years old. It did clock $97 million.
It looked good. Don't get me wrong.
I think it looks interesting. So yeah, they're taking all the classical like bad guy, animated like characters or whatever, and kind of making them, a good guy team essentially. So that looks interesting.
Suicide Squad, but for cartoons.
Yeah, man, Suicide Squad, but for animated creatures. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it could be interesting. Like I said, I don't have any ties to it. My boys were already too old for the movie when it came out, so there was never any real draw to go see it. I'm not sure if I've got a trailer or a poster for this next one. I don't think I do. No, I don't. The next one is called Weapons. August 8th. It's really long. It doesn't have a poster, doesn't have anything. An international multi-story horror epic. Oh, look, it's another horror movie. Don't put this on your top 10. Or your dark horses. It's not going to make enough money. It doesn't have enough time. It is what it is. I just put it on the list because technically it was on there. Coming out the same weekend. This is another blast from the past.
Yeah.
Freakier Friday. The last one, Freaky Friday, was 2003.
Yep.
It's been a minute.
I think it'll do all right, but it's too late in the season for it to make any noise on the list.
I have it in my top 10 because I believe in millennial women.
Oh, that's fair.
And I believe in their power to go en masse
to
see this, because this is their coming of age story. Like,
you know what? That's actually a good point.
Like women who were like 13 when this came out, in or around that demographic. I was too old at that point, but like those women going to see it with their girlfriends and their sisters and female family members, going to see this.
Yeah,
and making a whole
you're
thing
probably
out of
right.
it.
Well, okay, there's another thing about it. Number one, the last one made 110 million, not bad. Here's the thing about it. Lindsay Lohan apparently is making a comeback, and you know what? Good on her. Like, apparently she's got her shit together, and she's everyone's like, yeah, come on back. We'll have you. Yeah. So maybe even that is enough that people are going to be like, no, I want to go support her and have it come back. But you're absolutely right, Chris. I can see enough women of a certain age being like, hell yeah, I'm going to go watch this movie. So
women who are Lindsay Lohan's age, so she's like in her mid-30s, I think. All of them going out and seeing it and like making a whole thing out of it, like a whole evening going with their girlfriends to see this.
The next movie it's too late in the list. There's not even a poster for it. It's too late. I'm telling you, don't put it as your top 10. I'm telling you, maybe a dark horse. The first one only made $27 million. That's the thing. It came out 2021. It did not make bank in the theater because no one watched it in the theater. And when it hit digital, everyone was like, this is a fucking good movie. And that's called Nobody. Apparently, it was a really good movie. And the fact that they're making a sequel.
I put it on my dark horse. It was excellent.
That's what I heard.
And they set themselves up perfectly for another
Did they?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the first one either.
I highly recommend it. It's a good one.
I don't think it's a you movie.
No, I know.
It's not. But
the fact
it's
that
like a John Wick.
Yes.
It's the same vibe.
Mm-hmm. But it's Bob Odenkirk of all people. It's like, you're doing an action movie? What the fuck?
And rocks it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay.
So, I don't think I've got a poster for this next one either. It's just kind of on the list. We're just going to run into it real quick. Americana. Let's see.
No, I looked at the teaser for that now. Don't even bother.
Next.
Not even a chance. Don't even talk about it.
All right. Not even worried about that. All right. Next up. I'm pretty sure I don't have a trailer for this one either. Caught Stealing. Once again, you've only got about 4 weeks for this to make any kind of money. Let's see. Caught Stealing. Yeah, there's no poster for it. Why is with all the ads? Come on now. A burned out ex-baseball player, Hank Thompson, unexpectedly finds himself embroiled in a dangerous struggle for survival amidst the criminal underbelly of 1990s New York City, forced to navigate. Yeah. Vincent D'Onofrio's in it.
Go to the next one.
Yeah.
The last movie that is on the list, I'm thinking this is clearly dark horse material.
Yeah. It's on my
Ray's shaking his head no. Sorry, it's thinking because it's like, you want to pull what up now?
Exactly.
Yeah. The Toxic
Oh.
Avenger. All
Is it-
right.
I looked this up. It's like the 5th movie or something like that in this series. Or
Oh,
something?
It is technically
Series
the
had
4th movies.
cartoons. I grew up with this.
Okay, so the
Some of it-
last movie was The Toxic Avenger Part 3, The Last Temptation of Toxie
Yeah.
is the name of this movie.
Oh my god!
It came out in 1989
Wow.
and made $363,000.
Cool.
Not even $1 million. Okay, here's
But
the reason.
that's huge for Trauma Vision.
Here's why I'm telling you this could be a dark horse. There are generations of people who have watched those movies. They loved them. They had the toys. They watched the cartoons. They've watched the movies. They're absolutely horrible, but they just this is like the poster
classic.
child for cult classic. Exactly, Sean. This is the poster child for cult classic movie. I think there's a good chance a bunch of people are going to come out for this movie just to support it because they just want to see maybe a good Toxic Avenger. I don't know, but we'll see.
The casting Peter Dinklage as Toxie
I don't
was
know about that.
crazy, but I'm like, yep, you know what? Let's try this out.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. So we'll see. It kind of honestly, I think it's going to hinge on the first trailer. What if the first trailer drops and people
there
are
is
just
a
like, I'm there
trailer
for
up
it. Oh, is there? I didn't know there was a trailer for it.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll have to go watch the trailer after this then. So
The only way that this goes well, I can't see it making the top 10. Or even a dark horse, man. Like
I think it's a dark horse.
I think it'll do well eventually, and it'll get a following for sure. But good luck talking your girlfriend into going to see this.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. This is a certain type of person is going to go watch this movie. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Who knows? This could completely and totally bomb. This could like I said, hit the number 10. This is going to be funny if it like hits number 10 and knocks something else off and everyone's just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But who knows? Like I said, it's as soon as I saw this, I thought, I know people who are going to go watch this movie. So now I don't know if they're going to keep going over and over again and watch it enough times in the 2 weeks it's got to make money, but I don't know. We'll see. So, well, that is the list of movies coming out. Like I said, when I post this on Monday, I should have the links up and everything. We will give you 2 weeks to come up with your list and put it in. I'm going to reach out to like my Ghostbusters group. I'm trying to get as many people as I can to join up to do this, because honestly, this is one of those things. Even if you're not that really big into movies, this is going to give you something every Monday when I update this to go look and just have fun. Just be like, oh, hey, I'm doing better. Oh man, that movie bombed. Now there's no way I'm winning this now. So it is a fun thing to do week to week. So just like I said, if you're listening to this, go to the website, epicallygeeky.com.
Who knew Toxic Avenger is going to be number 1?
Yeah, nobody called that.
If April was in this time frame, I'd have to put it on there just to mess with people 1 week. But anyway, but yeah, go check out epicallygeeky.com and sign up and be part of this. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. You got 2 weeks to do it. If you want to be super serious about it and like really drill down, go for it. If you just want to throw together a list of movies and just be like, let's just roll the dice and see what happens, go for it as well. So, all right. With that said, and I'm going to remember today, let's move on to our next segment, our picks and pans.
Nice.
Thank you. Sai says I need to go back over and do my voice on top of it as well, going dun 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 dun. No, I think it's fine like it is. So anyway, let's move on to our picks and pans. Would anyone like to go first?
I'll go.
All right, Chris, what is your pick or pan?
Okay, I'm going to do my pants first because it's just a one. Okay, Disney Plus, Netflix, because this is really the only streaming services I watch. What the fuck is with getting shows that have since been canceled or whatever, and then not getting the whole damn series? This has happened twice. Netflix, it was Schitt's Creek, which only came to season 3, and then the second one was The Tudors. Yeah. All you needed was one more season. That was it. I know how Henry VIII's wives all died. That's fine, but like I would like to see it end. That really annoys me when they only have partial seasons of canceled or off the air shows. Like, just keep the whole thing. What are you doing?
Here, you know what pissed me off even more? So I got the hankering, and Christy's like, "Why haven't you not just bought this series? Because you've watched it I don't know how many times." But the IT crowd, I haven't bought it. I really need to buy it, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. Well, it finally dropped off of Netflix, and it wasn't on anything else. It was literally on.
It's on BBC.
Pluto. It was on Pluto TV. Okay, it was here. It's on Pluto TV, and I thought, oh, fine, it's free. I can still watch it. So I sat there and watched it, and I got all the way through it, and I thought, wait a minute, did I fall asleep during an episode or so? Because I don't remember watching. Nope.
Yeah.
Episodes 1, 2, 3, 5, 7.
That's worse.
Yep.
It angered me so much.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yep.
So don't do that, streaming services. Just
Absolutely not.
work over the cash. How much extra is it, honestly? Okay,
Yeah.
so then my picks are Quinn and I finally got Ray to watch Arcane. It was Quinn's pick for his birthday, Finally watched it. Turns out somebody enjoyed it, which was really lovely. I started book 7 of Dungeon Crawler Carl. I will say this start to the book has been my favorite because I know lots. I appreciated the recap from Quasar. I do not like that Mordecai's Canadian. He sounds like a Mackenzie brother. I hate it. It's pissing me off. I don't like it. I'm like, we did not say A that many times. No, thank you. First of all, Jeff Hayes, too much. Matt Dinneman, what the fuck? Did you talk to a Canadian? Is that all we say? It's annoying. I'm like, he sounds like a Mackenzie brother. Anyways, also,
hold on, real quick. So as soon as Joseph started reading this one, he messaged me. He goes, "Dude, just wait until they introduce Mordecai. It's the best version." I'm just like, so what is he now? And as soon as I heard, I wrote back and said, "Oh, you're right."
No, I do not appreciate it. It's too much. It's too much. Anyway, also thank you for researching our culture. I do appreciate, but too far. And then it says something. Okay, so I realized something about myself. I have done a lot of impulsive stuff with my hair. I got my hair cut a week ago. I got it all whacked off. Nobody has said anything except my reading group, who I see once a month. They're like, "Oh my God, Chris, you got all your hair cut off." I'm like, "Yeah." My mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, nobody hears anything. I went and saw my sister, who I haven't seen since Christmas. Nothing. My dad, nothing. I'm like, okay, I've done too much to my hair. I've done too much to my hair because they're all looking at me, be like, "No, her hair's always been like that." No.
I noticed it was different, but you have done lots of things. And I'm just like, okay,
that's what I mean. Like, I've done
this is the new version.
Yeah, so much, so often, even though I've had long hair for like 2 years, because in the past I change it all the time. I'm like, I've done too much. It's like, no, she's had short hair. It's fine. No, she didn't do anything different to her. I'm like, I got like a foot cut off my hair. And it's a different color. It's like, no, nobody said anything. It's like, this is interesting. I wasn't mad or anything or upset. I'm like, I have done that much to my hair that often that nobody said.
I did notice. I just didn't say anything because, like I said, it's like, okay, this is the new version.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it's like, wow, okay, so I have done that much to my hair. Okay, cool. I'm like that girl from Scott Pilgrim.
I was literally gonna say, you're my Ramona Flowers. It's just like I changed it again. What's the big deal? So
I just was like, it dawned on me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Fair enough.
That was it. It was a funny observation. Next. Who wants to go next?
Ray, what's your pick or pans?
Okay, so my pan, I'm going to jump on the streaming service thing for a minute because everybody's jacking up their prices and there's more and more services coming out, and a lot of people are talking more and more about pirating because that's the only way to watch all the shit that you want to watch. Now, I understand you can cancel and move on to the next one, but that's how they get you as well, is because anyway, long story short, I was watching a YouTube video recently where the guy is like, all streaming services are going to do is push more people to pirating, and it's going to backfire in their face because this is just cable 2.0. I can't disagree with them in the way of, like, I can see a lot of people doing that. we're not there yet, but definitely canceling out one of our services. So
I honestly think in the next 2 years, you're going to see two things happen. Number one, you're going to see fast channels keep rising. The free and ad supported is what it stands for. And there's a lot of people that for whatever reason want to go back to that old model of I just want to put something on. And like, so when we went to the beach last week before or whatever, the TV had all these fast channels built into it. And it was literally like the Law and Order channel. And that's all it is. It's just Law and Order, just one episode right after another. And they just keep showing it. And I was like, I could see being like, oh yeah, I like that show. And you just put it on that channel and you just leave it. And it just goes episode to episode. I see that happening. And the other thing is there's a lot of rumor that some of these other smaller streaming channels are about on the brink of collapse and are about to get eaten up by some of the other ones. I honestly think probably in the next 2 years here, we're going to lose probably 2, maybe even 3 of the other streaming channels. And it's really going to come down to about 3 or 4.
Yep.
And then, like you said, and at that point, depending on what the prices are, people are going to start pirating again. So,
So
yeah,
anyway, that was just that. My other pick, Arcane season 1 and 2. Watch them both. Fantastic. I am looking forward to season 3. I don't have to wait as long as these two guys did, but that's okay. And then my other pick is Christine at the tattoo shop. It's fantastic. I got my hand done, and we are going to move on and finish up this part of the sleeve this summer, which is going to be nice, and looking forward to it. So
Does the other thing though, his family didn't even notice.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We're
Didn't-
like, okay,
didn't know.
I've done too much to my hair,
and
and
I
we've
have
got
too many tattoos now.
No, it's like it
So
doesn't
when
even
they
register anymore.
finally notice, I'm gonna be like, "What are you talking about? I've had it for years.
Yeah.
if
It's
it
already healed enough."
if it makes y'all feel any better, last night yesterday was Christy's birthday, and we went on a double date with one of her friends and her new boyfriend, and the new boyfriend seems like a cool dude. His name's JD. He has a beard that comes down to probably about here.
Oh my.
Very well maintained. It's not greasy or grimy or anything like that. Very well maintained. And Christy just mentioned, she's like, how long did it take you to grow that? And he's like, oh, it's like 3 years or whatever. And she looked at me and she's like, how long do you think it would take you to grow yours? I'm like, I don't know. I literally cut off about a ½ inch of it about 3 weeks ago, and you never said a single word. And she went, you did? I'm like, yeah. See, you didn't even notice right now. So no one did. No one noticed, because I literally was like, oh, I need to trim it up a little bit, and like got the longest guard I had. Didn't matter. Still shaved off like a ½ inch or so of it.
Yep.
And I was just like, I'll see what Christy says, see if she prefers this or whatever. But she never said anything. So I'm like, well, I guess she didn't care one way or the other. So. Then she finally told me last night, I do kind of like it a little bit shorter. So I'm like, that's fine. It's okay. Although it was kind of nice doing this maneuver and having it kind of stick out and being able to do this. It was kind of, like Sean's got going there. It was kind of nice. It wasn't to that point.
I like
it was kind of
getting
nice.
it to come out like I look like a mushroom.
Yes, that was kind of fun. So the key for me though is what I figured out the first time that I grew it out is I have to keep this clean. I can't do the neck beard thing. That drives me insane. As long as I keep this clean, I'm good. But the rest of it, yeah, let it grow, whatever. So real quick, Sean, do you want to jump in real quick with your pick or pan?
Just on the streaming stuff, yeah, that was a pan of mine too. I've dropped Netflix, I've dropped Apple TV, I've dropped Crave. Like, I'm slowly dropping them.
Mhm.
Just go back to my DVDs. I got Futurama. I'm good. Like, I got Married with Children. I'm good. So, but and what I'll probably start doing is cycling through, because they always have deals, especially Apple TV. I'll wait like 6 months and then pick it up for like $3 a month for 3 months. Like, and I watch all this stuff. So there's ways around that. Paramount is always good for that, and like, I'm a Prime member, so I have all that stuff too. So,
well, and that's what I think is. That's what I think is hilarious about this, is that they're all upping their. They think it's like an endless. Oh, we're always going to make more money, and it's like, no, you're not, and you're actually putting yourself to the point of you're going to start losing money.
Yeah,
I think I've heard information in some people who are like, I listen to some podcasts and stuff that, talk about all this stuff. And it sounds like Netflix is the first of the group that's figuring out, maybe we need to start holding on to people. So they're kind of actively trying to do that a little bit more, whereas the other ones are constantly looking at growth, and they're just like, there's no more growth, guys. Like,
Nope.
you've got to
Netflix
be looking
was
at
an
retention.
Easy one for me to drop because they're the ones that kept increasing the price the most.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was, you know what, I'm done.
I get it.
They when they went from like, yeah, share your password to, you know what, we're gonna bust everybody that's sharing a password. It's like, come on, you've lost what you were about. And
No.
Although their revenues went up doing that for whatever reason. So
yeah, and then
No.
they're starting to go down.
but yeah, it's apparently they're the first ones starting to sound the alarm of, hey, we got to make sure we keep the retention up because. But honestly, I think all these other companies aren't going to figure it out because they're going to constantly like, well, we lost this, maybe we gained this, maybe. Well, as long as we gain some, it's fine. It's like, no, it's people doing exactly what you're saying. Well, I'll just shut this off for 6 months and then I'll come back whenever you offer me a deal. So that's what I used to do with HBO. I would not pay. I refused to pay for HBO until I got a deal for a while. And now I've got it constantly just because I got a really good deal. I get Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO for $30 a piece. Or for $30 combined. And I'm just like, the problem with that now is if I'm like, well, I'm not really watching anything on HBO, it's all part of the package. It's all part of one big thing. So
I don't even know how to get a HBO in Canada anymore. Like, I thought it was one way and it's not.
Disney.
No.
Stars.
I think the best way was through Crave. You can get HBO Max through them.
yeah, probably.
But
my
pick.
That's something else they need to figure out.
I pick up Patrick. Finally,
Yay!
it's like 4 months. So I go Friday. So because it's a 7-hour trip, so we go down Friday. We'll help him pack up Saturday, and then we'll come home the Sunday. So
nice.
And then it'll be readjusting. We can't wait to have him, but we're all a little worried too. So, but yeah,
fair enough, man. Fair enough. I'm happy for you. I've got 2 quick picks. Number one, in honor, I guess it's also a pan, in honor of oh god, I'm blanking on his name, who just passed away. Val Kilmer. In honor of Val Kilmer passing away, we watched Tombstone. The boys liked it.
Where he's super sick. Good job.
I still think it is probably his best performance. It's still probably my favorite performance of his. There are so many lines in that movie. Christy had actually never seen it. There's so many lines in that movie I quote, and she's just like, "What?" And I'm just like, "It's the funny things." Like my brother and I constantly used to, like, if we would get a dig at the other one, we'd piss on you, Wyatt. That was one we constantly used, and then the strangest one, bye. Like it's so weird, but that's one of those things that we picked out. And of course, now I think Christy can start doing that one. Just be like, well, I'm leaving. Well, bye. But yeah, they loved it. They enjoyed the movie. And then the last thing is going back to Max. Yeah, Christy and I have been watching The Righteous Gemstones. That show is so fucking hilarious. It part of me is just like, this is so far out of reality, but is it? Are some of these big churches really that out there? And they could be. Like, it is really scathing the way they go after those people, and I'm just like, I'm all for it, to be honest with you. That one son of a bitch down in Houston that has that mega church that, like, when the hurricane came through, locked the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there's a guy named Mattress Mac down there that owns all these mattress and furniture stores, and was telling homeless people, no, it's cold, come in and we will feed you. Yep. Like, that's how a church should be.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yet you have the actual church that's like, no, it's raining, we're not letting anyone in. Anyway, so yeah, Righteous Gemstones, if you are a fan of the series, a lot of penises this season. So, including Walter Goggins, which by the way, Walter Goggins can do no wrong right now. Walter Goggins is fucking awesome. Like, he's awesome in the show. He's awesome in Fallout. He's just he's just fantastic. The dude is a fantastic actor, and anything you put him in, he knows how to shine in it. So, well, that is our show for this month, ladies and gentlemen. If you would please give us a 5-star on anything that you watched or you listen to the show on. If you're doing it on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I start running to say that. You can find us at epicallygeeky.com, where you can find all the other shows that we do and sign up for the summer movie game at epicallygeeky.com. But you can also follow the other shows, including Creatively Geeky, Marginally Geeky, and Sustainably Geeky. You can find us on all the a few of the social medias at Epically Geeky as well, mainly Instagram and Facebook. And I've been doing reels for several of the shows. So if you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this episode, I've got reels. Like if you watch a reel and you're just like, oh, that looks interesting, definitely watch the episode. So, but yeah, definitely check us out there. Where can we find you online, Ray?
The Reluctant Yeti on Instagram and on Blue Sky, but I don't post much very often there. So
fair enough. Chris?
Just Instagram at Moody Midlife.
Sean?
Screwing around on Wikipedia, even though there's a lot of crap on there now. It's pretty. Freaking Americans always with the fake news. Anyway,
I don't know how you can write anything crazier than what's going on.
Yeah,
right
it's getting difficult.
it's the opposite of a dystopian on there now.
Yeah, pretty much. Then your favorite broken toy on Instagram and TikTok.
And as always, you can find my individual wacky adventure online at Optimachine on Facebook and Instagram for everyone on the site. Have a good night.